Unemployment rate falls below 6% for the first time
since 2008.
Oh, thanks, Obama.
No. Obama.
Obama, look what he did. Thank you. No, seriously, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. All right, I am...
Drunk?
No, hungover. We taped the Happy Hour podcast yesterday with Michael McDonald.
You drank 2 bottles of wine.
I did not. And that man can put away whatever he was drinking. Vodka and cranberries. Good God.
He was drinking vodka soda with a splash of cran, also known as a Rose Kennedy.
Yes, all right.
We get into that on the pod.
Exactly.
It was a very, very good podcast.
It really is. It'll be up tonight.
Yep. The audio portion will be up tonight. The video portion will be up tomorrow.
Got to see the video. Got to see those blue eyes and those awning-like eyelashes of Michael McDonald. He was hilarious.
Yes. And he does a little Stewart.
He does. We did.
Under a little bit of protest, he did a little Stewart.
He did
from Matt TV.
Some drunken Stewart.
Yes.
Exactly. All right. And by the way, we were saying some people, it takes a while to get them into swearing.
Yeah.
So I cover for the first few minutes of the podcast just the gratuitous swearing for no reason.
C-word.
Right, just to get people in the mood. Right, and then you get them a little liquored up and
then towards the end he was cursing.
All right. You know who else is too classy for the Happy Hour podcast but did it anyway?
What?
A blessing from the Lord. Oh, be praised.
He was almost too much for the videocast viewers' eyes to believe.
That's right.
Hello.
I got to tell you something. I've been doing really well in the trauma ward ever since I appeared on the podcast. It's been pretty rough, but I've had some patient counseling, some patient therapists, and I'm soon going to be able to reintegrate myself back into society after doing the Happy Hour podcast.
Oh, people were tweeting around screenshots of you just in that with that springtime for Hitler phrase.
The look of horror.
Just shocked horror.
No, I wasn't horrified at all. I was afraid that I was too uptight because you guys were so funny. It was like one of the funniest things. I haven't laughed that hard. Since Rick Perry ran for president. It was just.
Thank you. Well, you know where I bet people laughed that hard?
Stephanie wore a dress. It was crazy.
Yeah, she's been wearing dresses to these happy hour things. Yeah. She's treating it like a real happy hour.
Yeah, and Chris is wearing less and less clothes every time.
She makes me.
Now, John, you know where I bet people were laughing harder than that? Last night in New York City, right? Was it your thing?
Oh, yes, I had a thing last night, yes.
How did it go?
Went very well, thank you. We did a filming for this PBS movie I did about the American Dream. We did this movie last year. We did 200 interviews in over 50 cities. East of the Mississippi, and everybody from Mike Huckabee to homeless vets is in this film, and they came back and said, it's too depressing. Can you do a stand-up act about it? And I was like, I can't make poverty and food stamps and obesity and downward mobility funny. But I worked on it for a good 6 months, and so last night we got up and we shot it. It was a multi-camera shoot at Stand Up New York with a packed house. They had to turn people away, and it was terrific. It went quite well. And that will now be part of a film that's going to be a feature in festivals next year, and it'll be a mini-series on PBS in 2016.
Wow. Yay! Yay! People are still...
One use of the word mother something, a certain 12-letter Oedipal obscenity that PBS made me take out. Otherwise, there was no censorship.
An Oedipal obscenity. That's hysterical. I've never heard it called that before.
That's funny. Yes, people are...
It's the way to say what we're all thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
People are still in the Fugal Singing and Afterglow here. From we had you 2 days live in studio and the Happy Hour podcast.
That was a lot of Fugal Singing, and everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah, people still smoking really long cigarettes.
I show up in a suit and tie when you guys are having the happy hour. I was like the first scene in a Van Halen video. You know, it was just awful. I come in so formal, and it was so funny and so disgustingly inappropriate. And how dare both of you? My God.
Exactly.
My God.
By the way, a residual love letter for John. Can we get a new app from John? This is from Jode. Steph, I would like a John Fugelsang app. Well, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
With his words of wisdom and quotes, so when my right-wing family and friends say something stupid, I can play them what would John say.
That's a great idea.
And he could tell them for me, I'm not the best with words, and I wish I had John to say it for me. We could all use a little Fugelsang in our pockets. Oh, I agree,
Well,
Joe.
I'm afraid that my app would probably not serve you well and would pull up, obscure Beatles trivia when you needed a Bible reference.
Is that a Fugelsang in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? Yes, you would like no, but a lot of people think they aren't Bible efficient like you are like that, where you can just whip it out.
Well, that's because a lot of people have lives, Stephanie. A lot of people have lives. And they don't have the time to immerse themselves in biblical minutia like I do when I'm sitting home all alone and the power goes out.
Isn't that like a kid's game, though? What would whoever say? Isn't the thing you pull a string, what would...
The see and say. Yeah,
yes.
What would the cow say?
Yes.
Moo.
Right. We need to get what would John say. Let's go, people.
Well, I'm trying. I guess I got to come on your show more often.
Yes, you do.
Exactly. John, we were just mentioning the news. Why, looky there. U.S. creates 248,000 jobs in September. Unemployment rate falls to 5.9%. That was way more than economists were expecting.
Wall Street was expecting the unemployment rate to stay above 6.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Expecting about 215,000 jobs.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I know I'm a happy clappy liberal. I don't get why this should even. I get gerrymandering. I don't even know why this should be close in the midterms.
Jack Welch tweeted out this morning. Yeah, it's funny those guys in Chicago are futzing with the numbers.
Oh, he said that again. He said that the last time.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I love that they're so upset that the unemployment rate is dropping.
Yeah.
But I mean, the truth is that a lot of these jobs aren't, good, solid middle-class jobs. This is like Rick Perry numbers. A lot of these are service jobs. A lot of these are working Carl's Jr. making shakes. And nothing against work like that, but it's not the kind of work that can lift somebody up into the middle class.
Well, funny you should mention that. We obviously talk about income inequality here all the time. Another poll, John, a strong majority of voters support federal efforts. That's when you say federal, the president and Democrats.
Yeah.
To ensure paid family leave, equal pay for women, affordable child care, and an increased minimum wage. Again, as I've said this over and over, John, it's every single issue. And by the way, I'm reading in here, Democrats desperately need women to turn out in November, since women make up a large part of the party's base, tend to be less inclined to vote in a non-presidential election year, but support, obviously, all those issues. And I say, get up, you lazy bitches! What's wrong with yous?
Well, I think the most important issue in our lives right now is for the next month convincing everyone we know that, they have to do this. And if you want the Tea Party to run things, if you want people who want to ban abortion running things, if you think the rich deserve another tax cut and you want those folks running things, then don't vote. But the fact is, right now, all the GOP has to do is get their 23% of the polls, and the Kochs will bring them there in buses. Everyone's demoralized. The Republican Party has done everything they can deliberately, and we know this. It's not an opinion. It's a fact. To slow down the government, to keep the government from doing everything. It's been a 6-year systematic campaign, and it's largely worked when you look at how apathetic voters are and how no one believes their vote can do anything. But your vote can. Your vote can accomplish a lot. It's just that we have to find a way to tilt this to the Democratic side and then kick the Democrats' asses every day. That's the only way we're going to get any change in this country.
Yeah, I'm reading in here. Republicans, meanwhile, are pushing the narrative that the gender pay gap does not exist and that voters don't care much about equal pay and other, quote-unquote, women's issues. Asked about his opposition to the Paycheck Fairness Act, Senator Fold, former Senator Fold, Scott Brown, Republican candidate, he said he's busy talking about the issues that people care about. Really? What are those? Other than all the ones I just mentioned, right?
Well, the issues people care about are the middle class, and it's about, decent wages for jobs. And it's true, the people who go to vote, a lot of them might not care about the minimum wage. A lot of them might not care about equal pay. But the fact is, we just saw in Scotland an 85% turnout on that vote about secession from the UK. If we could get 85% of the American electorate to show up and vote, Congress would have to show up and work.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, here's one of those stories that's going to scare the bejesus out of the Republicans. Voter registration soars in Ferguson since the death of Michael Brown. It makes them very nervous when too many people can vote, particularly people with too much,
melanin.
Yeah.
Well, but you know what? In fairness, it's not just that. I mean, when they gutted the Voting Rights Act last year, the same week that Sharknado 2 got greenlit, by the way, that's how we're doing as a species.
Yes.
But when they gutted the Voting Rights Act last year, the main point that we all have to remember from that is that and the gerrymandering, it doesn't just hurt black folks, and it's not just designed to keep brown people from voting. It's designed to keep low-income folks from voting. It's designed to keep seniors from voting and college kids. There are districts in this country where you can vote with an NRA ID card, but not a college ID card, and it's all by design. They want low turnout.
Well, and listen, I hope
liberals. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I hope there's backlash to it, John, because, for instance, in North Carolina, they just struck down the voter ID laws. People get it, and I'm hoping that there will be a backlash, that people just do not take kindly to their right to vote being taken away. I mean, I'm looking at this. Ferguson, Missouri has seen a surge in voter registration since, obviously, the white police officer killed Michael Brown. The city's population, predominantly African-American, as we know, yet most of its elected representatives and its police force is white. And I love what somebody said, an attorney there who represents Brown's family. He said it could completely change the political landscape, the power structure, and the decision-making. The service to the African-American community would almost quadruple because they would be viewed as credible and as a legitimate voting bloc. So I hope that and them trying to suppress the vote in places like North Carolina and elsewhere, motivates people.
Amen from your lips, baby. And I'll tell you something else. The Republicans don't hate government. They say they hate government. They don't hate. They love government. Government is how they redistribute wealth to the upper 2%. What they hate is democracy. That's what they hate. They don't like people voting. And that's been the struggle in this country since our founding. It's never been conservative versus liberal. It's always been aristocracy versus democracy. From the time that we were founded by slave owners who wanted to be free, and from the time Jefferson was pressured to keep slavery, as part of our society, this is how it's always been. The people who want to exploit labor and exploit the poor and think that only rich white landowning males should vote, well, they're still running the country, and the struggle still goes on. We have to get out there and vote. And if you're discouraged, if you're disappointed because things haven't worked out and you didn't get a pony from the Obama administration, then you have to be the one leading the charge to go vote. And everyone who does go vote is a good progressive. You got to bring 5 people with you this year, because if you don't, then the GOP is going to take the Senate, and you're going to have an even worse gridlock than we've had the last 4 years.
Yep, absolutely. Amen, brother. Amen. Amen. That's what I meant. Brothers Fugelsang has spoken. All right. 18 minutes after the hour, we roll along on a Fridays with Fugelsang. This hour of the Stephanie Miller Show brought to you by GoToMeeting. It's how we keep this whole little rickety thing together here.
We do.
We have people
Scattered.
back east, on the run from the law. Who knows where they are?
Yeah.
But we need them for our business. Good communication, crucial for any business, especially when the people you work with are not in the same office. We use Citrix GoToMeeting to connect with clients, coworkers. You should too. It's the proven solution for meeting and collaborating online. And check this out. If you sign up for GoToMeeting by October 10th, you'll get another Citrix product of your choice free for 6 months.
Wow.
And they have awesome ones.
They really do.
GoToMeeting, it lets you share the same screen. Everyone stays on the same page wherever they are. You're all looking at the exact same thing. And you're looking at each other with a built-in HD video conferencing. All you do is turn on your webcam, and there you are. GoToMeeting helps your team work smarter from any location, computer, smartphone, or tablet. Sign up for the GoToMeeting today and get another Citrix tool free for 6 months. Visit GoToMeeting.com and get started. But don't wait. Special offer ends October 10th. Do it now. GoToMeeting.com. Sign up to receive this special offer today. 19 minutes after the hour, Fridays with Fugelsang continues on the Stephanie Miller Show. Yeah. It is the Stephanie Miller Show. Welcome to it. 24 minutes after the hour. 1-800-STEP-12, the phone number, toll free from anywhere. John, to take a call from Fancy People.
Yep.
He'll be back in just a minute. In the meantime, love letter.
Oh.
Sandra said, Steph, I just donated $240 to Free Speech TV because I had to have the Stephanie Miller Show wine set. Ooh. Look at it, everybody.
That's nice.
I love to drink wine like you, and I use this set when listening to the Happy Hour podcast. What a fabulous idea. And every other day of the week. Me too. Cheers. Thanks for all you do. Love the show, Sandra. Why, look, for only $60, you could get the Drink Cry Quit water bottle.
Yeah.
Or wine bottle.
And it's a tax-deductible donation.
Right, and a fun drive ends Sunday. So do it now. We had an amazing day yesterday.
Yes.
Go.
But we still have 16,000 more to get.
Really?
Yes.
Well, somebody could get this.
Nobody can hear you. So,
I said somebody could get this. Look how rocking our fleece jackets are.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
It's supposed to be 100 today in Los Angeles, so I'm not wearing it, but there it is.
There you go. We will need that shortly, though, here in L.A. Okay. I thought we should balance it out with a hate letter.
Okay.
Because I haven't gotten good ones lately. But this one, C-word.
Sure.
Because normally people are using that because of the Happy Hour podcast, but in a loving way. They just punctuate the letter with O and C-word.
Right.
But this is an actual guy actually calling me the C-word, in not in a nice way.
Okay.
As most of our listeners mean it.
Yeah, it happens.
Mike Blank is his name. I don't know if his
Mike
last
Blank?
name is actually Blank.
Or if he left it
just
blank.
left it blank. Subject, I listened to you yesterday in Chicago. Oh, good, very good. Maybe he saw my new billboard. Maybe he's listening on WCPT. Either way.
Yeah.
Mike, fill in the blank. Thank you. God, you're useless.
C-word?
Yes.
Oh.
No salutation. No, hey, how do you do? You deserved to be raped by Bill Clinton like Juanita Broderick and have that bitch, Shrillery Clinton, throw you under the bus. Know saying?
No
saying? Oh, I think he's trying to, speak street.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Mike. That's nice. That's in the past. I guess he means I deserved to be raped in the past by Bill Clinton. Okay.
All right.
And that claim was never proven about the Juanita, but okay. All right.
Whatever. Yeah, but the right wing sure went with it.
But Shrillery Clinton, now that is hilarious. Hillary would even think that is. Oh, my God. Oh, Mike Blank. Oh, my God. Shrillery would throw me under the bus
That's
if
so
I had
clever.
been retroactively raped because I am a useless. Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing, Mike.
Neato.
Fill in your own blank. And by that, I mean yourself. Okay. Let's do a quick one here. Michael in... oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a John question?
Yeah, both of them are for John.
All right, hang on. We'll wait till he gets back.
Yeah.
Listen, I have some Pope and some John questions as well.
Okay.
All right. In the meantime, the Ebola, the latest on that, Dr. Anthony Fauci, is that his name? At the National Institute of Health.
Although all of the contacts will be monitored, when you quarantine somebody, you feel that the risk is high enough. You want to make sure that you don't miss the development of symptoms and have them have contact with somebody else.
It's a little disturbing how they're handling this case because yesterday some news organization was videotaping some random guy hosing off the sidewalk where the patient had vomited. It's like, come on.
Oh, my God. Yeah, has there still been, I'm trying to think the explanation for how this slipped through the cracks, that when he told the nurse he'd been in Liberia, how that didn't go through the...
Yeah, they said it was a structural flaw.
Right.
Yeah.
That enabled him to show up 2 days later and go, hey, thanks for the Z-Pack. I am bleeding from every orifice. All right. You know what? There's nothing else to do now but put it to song. Right,
yeah.
Rocky Mountain Mike? Okay. Oh, no. Really? Mike.
I met her in a hospital in Texas where they screw things up and you get exposed to Ebola. Ebola.
Oh, boy. This is wrong.
They locked all of us up behind a big fence, and I walked up to her and asked if I had a chance against Ebola. Ebola.
It's better now.
Ebola.
Oh, Mike, you're deeply wrong.
That's wrong.
Welcome back, John Fugelsang.
That was very wrong, yes.
Right?
You win a free ticket to Liberia for that.
All right, wait. Oh, now we have to do a break, but we have questions for John after this on the Stephanie Miller Show. It is the Stephanie Miller Show. Leftover happy hour pizza. Yay. Who knew you and Travis were such picky little petunias? What are the requirements again? You have a longer rider than Beyonce.
I do not.
What is it? No, what?
I've never liked green peppers, and I've never liked green olives, and you ordered a pizza with both of them.
And he doesn't like what out there?
He doesn't like chopped up tomatoes and onions.
You guys are a pain in my ass. All right. Good morning, John Fugelsang.
Why don't you act like a normal American and get a meat pizza?
Good morning, John Fugelsang.
Good morning. Good morning, Chris Lavoie. You don't need to get a meat pizza, folks. You don't need to do that.
Yeah, Chris. Stupid, huge carbon footprint person.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Michael in California.
The cows are crying because of Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you, stupid. Hi, Michael in California. Your question for John.
Hey, Steph, John, Chris, and Travis. Now, Ebola is just an organism, like a human, trying to survive. So if people who believe in the Bible 100%, that would mean God created everything. It would mean God created Ebola. So how can we hate an organism that's just trying to stay alive? What do you think, John and everybody?
Ebola's just a squirrel trying to get a nut, John. Your thoughts?
George Carlin did a great routine about 10 years ago about how the pro-life people never care about saving tumors. And, the very fact is you can love animals and you can love animal rights, and you can still want to kill Ebola cells and tumors. So I think most of us, ecclesiastical and otherwise, would be very at peace with the war on Ebola.
Yeah, me too.
But you know what? If you want, you're welcome to put them up at your house.
Hi. Wendy in New Jersey saw John last night. Hi, Wendy. What?
I saw John last night, and I got a hug from John last night, and that was amazing. Almost as amazing as his show. It was
thank you.
It was absolutely amazing. It was, by the way, Steph, first time, not so long time, but long enough to have gone to the Sexy Liberal at the Beacon.
Wow.
Oh, my God. Irma Gerber.
It was, he was amazing then. You were amazing. You were all amazing.
Thank you.
It was just terrific. And I have to say, my girlfriend who was happy to come, but even happier she went along, was totally wowed. She'd never listened to Steph or seen John, and we were all the way home talking about how brilliant he was, and it was just phenomenal.
We're very gentle with virgins around here. We're very, very loving.
And
thank you so much for your incredibly low standards. It was about an hour, 20 minutes of all new material. It's stuff that I never did on the Sexy Liberal tour, and it's all been written in the last 2 months, and it's all about all the obstacles facing the American dream. What are keeping Americans from climbing the economic ladder, and what are the obstacles to upward mobility? And I do it in the framework of current TV going off the air and me needing a gig. So I went on the road to make this movie, and I tell the story of all the different people we visited making this epic documentary, and use it as a way to talk about, what are the real economic problems facing America and who's making it worse.
Yep, absolutely. Wendy, thank you, honey. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I'm wonderful. There's so many people with low standards of comedy.
Listen, mister, you are Brilliance Incorporated. I have a John stack, in fact. Could you take your organ out, please?
Right away.
Big stack of Johns, I know.
Pardon me?
Big stack of Johns.
A big stack of Johns.
We previously talked about Pope Frank, and I believe that you generally enjoy how he is poping.
For the most part, he could change a few policies instead of just a lot of good talk. But I know that he's happy to have the Pope Emeritus there. Pope Benedict still living in the Vatican, but I heard that he's kind of pissed because Benedict still makes him wear a trainee badge all the time.
Anyway, talking your language about income inequality, he said corrupt, two-faced Christians should be tossed in the sea with rocks.
Wow.
He gave a fire and brimstone sermon saying the corrupt should be tied to a rock and thrown into the sea. He said he used quoting a passage from the Bible in which Jesus said some sinners deserve to be tied to a rock and thrown into the sea. In one of his strongest worded homilies since he was elected, he said Christians who lead a double life by giving money to the church while stealing from the state are sinners who deserve to be punished.
Well, I think there's a bit of a mistranslation or misquoting here. Jesus does say that anyone who would do harm to the little ones, it would be better to be tied around a millstone and thrown into the sea, but Jesus never actually advocated for murdering people by tying them to rocks and throwing them in the water, and I hope the Pope didn't do that either. But good for him, man. I like fire and brimstone Pope when he's working for, the kind of causes that Jesus fought for. Jesus never mentioned gay people or abortion or birth control. Jesus talked about social justice and helping the poor. And helping the poor helps capitalism all the way.
The Pope,
right. Having socialism prop up capitalism and paying for the Medicaid and food stamps that McDonald's workers and Walmart workers not given a living wage. Or we can start getting decence to people and being patriotic and caring about other humans. Christians can act like Christians.
The Pope prayed that the Lord may change the hearts of those who worship the kickback God, he called it.
Right on. Well, from his lips, man. I mean, I like the cut of this Pope's jib. I'd like to.
Sounds to me like the electoral smiting of the Republicans in November might be in order, John. But that's all. That's all I'm saying.
I'd like to see it. This Pope still sucks on women's issues. It's an insult to God to not have women priests and the married priests. None of that stuff's in the Bible. He's still a little backwards on it. But man, this guy can talk the talk when it comes to social justice and not hating people.
This headline again, as you just mentioned, many Christians feel the gays are icky. Mm-hmm. What's not fun about every word in this sentence? Oh. Bodybuilding Christian swingers from Florida start spouse swapping website. If you like Jesus pumping iron and getting pumped by acquaintances bound by holy matrimony, here's a website just for you. It's called Fitness Swingers. Brainchild of Christy and her husband Dean, who dreamed up the site after reportedly having a threesome with the wife and her female friend.
Oh.
Okay. The Florida couple who met at a bodybuilding competition are interested in sharing in their beliefs and their spouses with others who feel similarly. They started their online network 7 years ago and have not looked back. Pillars of the relationship, John: commitment to faith, to fitness, and the ideals of the swinger lifestyle. Dean said he doesn't think his swinger lifestyle conflicts with Christian beliefs. In fact, he considers it kind of a ministry. He said, so far today, God hasn't told me, Dean, stop that. It's a sin. I don't want you to do that. Until he does that, I'm going to keep trying to help as many people as I can. Christy, John, said she needed convincing that it was moral at first, but now she's totally convinced that God is on their side. God put people on the earth to breed and enjoy each other. I feel God is always with me, and he has put us here for a reason.
Oh.
Clearly in groups of 3.
Sure.
Right.
Well, God bless them. They found what works for them. You know, I got nothing against that particular lifestyle. Good for them. I mean, I don't think there is anything in the Bible against swinging when you consider that, you know,
is it called swinging?
Taking part in it. Yeah, well, when your spouse is there and taking part in it with you, it's not really adultery now, is it? And if it helps you with communication and makes you better lovers of each other, and it's not just, you know, you're not just like doing it because you want to cheat, but you're doing something together, then go ahead and let your freak flag fly. My problem is I have been thrown out of every bodybuilder swinger party I ever tried to.
Yeah. Well, Chris is a bodybuilder, and in a way, Chris, it's sort of like spotting. It's like, you know, it's like, hey, can I get some help having sex with my wife? Could I get a wingman? Could I get a...
Hey, bro, can I get some help?
Can I get a what?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I knew we would break that down. All right, and one more for you, John. Reality TV star Jesse Duggar. Duggar. From TLC's 19 Kids and Counting.
Yeah.
That family.
Yes.
She blames the Holocaust on the theory of evolution.
Yes.
All right. She said, I walked through the Holocaust Museum again today. Very sobering. She said this on Instagram, where all the great issues of our time are debated.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
She said one human destroying the life of another deemed less than human. Racism stemming from the evolutionary idea that man came from something less than human, that some groups are more evolved and others less evolved. Yeah, that's... I don't think that's what Hitler was thinking, but okay.
That's actually got nothing to do with the theory of evolution.
Let's see.
The theory of evolution is not incompatible with the Bible.
Then she went on...
I don't really know where she gets the Holocaust from.
Right. Then she went on to compare Nazi death camps to abortion in the United States. And also on Instagram, she said she visited the Creation Museum in Kentucky and claimed that the fossil record proved that the biblical story of the Great Flood was true. Your thoughts, John?
You know who else was a Christian?
Who?
Hitler. Oh, I wish Jim were here.
All right, hang on. Let's do one more for John. David.
You hung up on him.
Oh, crap. I'm sorry. David, hang on just a minute, all right? We are curiously dialing him back. David in North Carolina. All right. Because he wants to talk about Ebola, let's do a quick one from the Dallas County Homeland Security. Right. Here we go. Okay. All right.
We have delivered several days of food to that apartment. Those people in the apartment are part of Dallas County, and they are going to be treated with the utmost respect and dignity in this unusual situation.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, John, you're on with David in North Carolina. Go ahead. I suck. Go ahead, David.
Am I on?
Yes. Hi, John. Hi, David.
Okay, cool. No, I just, I can't believe nobody else, especially the folks at Fox News, have missed they've missed the obvious similarity between Ebola and Obama. I mean, coincidence? I don't think so.
Yes, exactly. Oh, by the way, John, did you hear
They're blaming Obama for it, by the way. They're actually saying that if Rick Perry was president, there would never be an Ebola case in New York, because in Texas, or anywhere, because Rick Perry would not let people fly from Liberia into the country. Only problem with that is Mr. Duncan flew in from Brussels.
Right. Yes, there is that.
Okay.
There is that. Oh, and then, what did I see today? Louis Gohmert said that the president shouldn't be sending troops because the troops are going to get Ebola and bring it back here and kill all of us.
That's brilliant.
I know. Sometimes it does wing you a little bit, whatever Louis Gohmert says. It's a little like, okay. Yeah, that's really a lot of something.
That's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of something. John, by the way, the latest, I don't know if you saw this before you go, Secret Service stuff. I mean, this is really just gets more and more incredible. Secret Service agent leaked Obama's campaign schedule. Mm-hmm. That's the latest revelation to come out of this whole...
Oh, that's not the latest. Something came out this morning.
Oh, now what?
Man posing as a congressman was able to get backstage during Obama's speech to the Congressional Black Caucus.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, John?
I don't really understand. I think it's great that a white guy can access places without having to show ID. That's the sign of how far we've come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a lot easier than voting, for instance, in some states. Yeah, incredible. We will update you on all the rest of that. John, I know you have to run. Thank you so much, Angel, for doing.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. I love you much. Have a great day and a great weekend, and I can't wait for the new Happy Hour podcast.
Thank you. Thank you, honey. Love you. There he goes. The few were saying he in one.
He is.
Off to do fancy things as he does.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 46 minutes after the hour, we roll along. Oh, it's Horror Fridays. May Lee, journalist Horror May Lee, coming up as we continue on the steps. It is the Stephanie Miller Show. Welcome to it. Maybe you can feed Max the little picky parts that you don't like in the pizza.
Yeah.
Picky petunias.
I went up and got some, even though it's slathered with green olives.
All right, 51 minutes after the hour, 1-800-STEP-1 the phone number, toll free from anywhere. Journalist Horror May Lee coming in. Oh, I have to get her a horror bag ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody said embroidered horror bags, and we will bring them if you do the $1,000 donation to Free Speech TV for the Meet the Mom and the Mooks lunch. We'll give you a horror bag.
While supplies last. We have to
get into that.
We have to say that.
It's a big box. It's a big box of horror stuff.
I know.
Okay. Love letter from David in Massachusetts. Good morning, beautiful Stephanie. Hi.
Oh, boy.
I just want you to know that I've made a larger than usual donation to Free Speech TV in honor of your 10 years on the air, your birthday, and allowing us to share the lovely Jackie Schechner's birthday yesterday.
Oh.
I've taken out the 1-year subscription to the Happy Hour podcast. Hello, worth every cent. Can't wait for Jackie to join you. I get the feeling that a few drinks and she presents quite a bit more open in speech and dress.
Computer, yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you have no idea.
Oh, boy. Are we overpromising?
By the way... Come on. Jackie's been to a couple parties here. You know what I'm talking about.
Do we need to manage...
She put the bow in the bow, chicka bow.
Do we need to manage expectations
No, we
here?
do not. Not with regards to Jackie. By the way, the promos for Free Speech TV really put the fun in Fun Drive. Thank you. Here's to many more years of both the show and the Happy Hour podcast, which is a must for everybody. It really is, particularly this week's with Michael McDonald. Oh,
that was really entertaining. That was a fun Happy Hour podcast.
Adore him.
Yep.
Oh, my. OMG.
And the audio will be up tonight. The video will be up tomorrow.
All right. Okay, and we have other exciting bookings, don't we? Elvira's already booked coming up. Yep. We have and lots of other names we can't say. Okay.
Including the return of a Stephanie Miller Show favorite from the past.
Oh, my God.
I'm excited about that.
Isn't that some SNL sketch? Okay. Anyway.
I think that was Kristen Wiig character.
Right. It's a slumber party. Girl slumber party. Everything. She's like pulls the covers up. Okay. Never mind.
Maybe not.
All right. Hey, now back to Ebola. Okay. Here is this is the Ebola patient's half brother.
Yeah, he has a bit of an accent, so you have to listen a little bit carefully here.
Okay.
This pregnant woman was walking and was falling off, and then he ran to help her so she can drop and hurt herself.
This is a heartbreaking story. When this guy got Ebola, trying to help a woman with Ebola, he carried her into...
A pregnant woman with Ebola.
Yes, carried her into... She's, of course, dead now. He carried her into the hospital. The Ebola unit was full. He carried her home.
Yeah.
And again, because of all the sort of, fear and hysteria they're dealing with over there, they were saying some ambulances won't take Ebola patients. So he helped her family actually bring her to the hospital, and
And you've heard about the latest one, an NBC contracted cameraman.
I'm sorry, I have too much swag on my show prep. Pardon me.
Yes, an NBC contracted cameraman who was covering the Ebola crisis over in Liberia has come down with the disease. He's being flown over.
Yeah, he is the fifth American to contract the virus.
He was there with Dr. Nancy Snyderman, who is NBC News' big, chief medical correspondent, and she's been put into quarantine because of this.
Yeah. By the way, I saw on Twitter yesterday, and I got emails saying, hate mail for you, saying, why is Chris so anti-Ebola safety? And I said, yes, if anything, Chris made a very strong statement. Yes. He is pro-Ebola and anti any sort of Ebola safety. I think what your point is, you are against Ebola hysteria being spread in some cases by the right way. We're not saying it's not a serious issue. It's
a serious issue. It's a serious disease, but
you went a little far. I don't think you have to actually lick an Ebola patient's eyelid. I think you could get it. Just saying it. Okay.
I said lick the festering wound of an Ebola patient.
Okay, that was a little much,
For breakfast time.
Okay.
What? What?
Okay, so here are a lot of Dallas school parents, obviously very concerned because the reports that there were children exposed to...
5 children from 4 different schools.
Right. Okay.
I don't think I'm going to bring him until, I go to the doctor, check him, and then see if he's okay here. I'm worried for my son and my daughter and me.
And unfortunately, this has struck in a community that is lower income, and so many of these people might not have insurance to go get checked out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, thanks to the lack of expansion of Medicare or whatever in Texas.
Thanks, Rick Perry. Thanks.
So it's being exacerbated by the lack of proper Obamacare in Texas.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. We shouldn't. This is the part, the problem with stuff like the sequester or not, being so anti-Obama that you're not going to expand, set up exchanges or expand Medicaid, and then something like this happens. Now everybody's freaked out. Okay, so this is the not the very latest, but the second to latest.
Yeah.
Secret Service agent leaked Obama's campaign schedule. A scandal continues to envelop the Secret Service. There was a security failure leading up to the 2012 election. Multiple sources inside the Romney campaign confirm a Secret Service agent provided details of President Obama's schedule several days prior to the president's campaign stops becoming public.
It didn't do him any good, and so I'm not too worried about this one, but still.
Well, yeah, but I mean, all of these are kind of terrifying. What was the one you said this morning? Someone was posing as a congressman and was able to get...
a man posing as Congressman Donald Payne of New Jersey was able to get backstage during Obama's speech before the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation. I believe it was last week.
A Disney fan, you're going today, right?
I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to be there all weekend long.
Of course you are.
I was there last weekend, too. I'm a bit of a nut.
Yes. However, I'm guessing that you don't think that's the way the Secret Service should be run, like Julia Pearson did, the former head of the Secret Service.
I do have to say that Disney World is a well-run organization. However, I think the Secret Service needs to be a little bit better run.
Julia Pearson resigned as head of the Secret Service, obviously, Wednesday, but details about her shaky tenure keep emerging. A critical new report from the Washington Post said Pearson portrays her as a consistent voice for a less robust security presence around President Obama and other dignitaries. One of the most damning details, Pearson, who was irate at what she considered excessive security measures for this summer's U.S. Africa Leaders Summit, said, "We need to be more like Disney World. We need to be more friendly, inviting." Pearson had worked as a Disney costumed character during high school.
No!
Well, that inspires confidence. She's a pervert.
Oh, stop that.
She wanted to assign 30 officers to patrol the perimeter of the White House, even though an internal report recommended 100.
I don't expect the Secret Service to be friendly. I'm sorry. That's not their job.
I don't think you should ever have worn a costume for any reason and be head of the Secret Service. No offense to all y'all Furbies out there.
Who's being elitist?
Me. Right back on the Stephanie Miller Show. It is the Stephanie Miller Show. Welcome to it. Happy for Horror Friday, everybody. Journalist Hormay Lee will be here in hour number 3. Ooh, how excited is she going to be about this? Look at that. May Lee is a Stephanie Miller Show whore.
I cannot wait to see her shopping at Trader Joe's with that bag.
Oh, wait, look, it's the Stephanie Miller Show supermodel, Travis Bone, everybody.
Speaking of whores.
Working the runway for you. Wearing a... I so just degrade and sexualize both of you.
Yeah.
He is sporting, either he just got a job for Virgin Airlines or he's sporting the new Stephanie Miller Show fleece.
I actually really like these jackets, and I can't wait for it to cool down so we can wear them.
I know. Pardon me. I was unprepared for this. He is also...
Stephanie Miller.
Thank you. He's also modeling the Drink, Cry, Quit Stephanie Miller Show water bottle, and there also is a wine set. Okay, thank you, Travis.
Hold it above her ass, please.
Thank you, Travis.
There you go.
No.
Yes.
Don't take out your aggression on my bronze ass. Okay. The fund drive is over on Sunday. So this is it, everybody. Let's see. I'm just trying to see if I carry the 4 divided by... Oh, $240 donation. You get the wine set and the water bottle and the blah, blah, blah.
What about the fleece?
The fleece, $360 donation. And, looky here. Hang on a second. Good God, I have way too much swag here to be actually doing a show. Happy Friday from a $1,000 fan. What?
Yeah. Guess who's going to lunch?
Roland says, I finally let you guys relieve me of $1,000 yesterday. Don't make us come hang you upside down outside your balcony.
Shake you.
Just do it. Planning on driving from Texas, yikes, to California in November. So yes, I want lunch.
Yay!
That's a road trip.
Yeah, we have one planned already for November. There'll be upcoming ones. I want to put dibs on the horror canvas bags. Could someone hold them up again so I can pick the one that I like best? Here, Travis, please. There's a lovely beach bag. I'm thinking this one's mine. This just says Stephanie's a whore.
Well,
If you're a cook, Roland, there is this smock. Apron, that's what it is.
And by the time you get it, it'll be covered with dog hair.
No,
you could autograph these for people when they come here to pick them up.
Right.
You could actually autograph their own floor bags.
Thanks. Thanks for helping me laugh while having to live in a state run by the hugest bunch of douchebags ever.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, howdy. Steph, what adjectives can I use that would do you justice? Chris, you have fantastic feet.
Why, thank you.
Oh, that's not what someone on Twitter said.
Well, you
Chris,
can see
if you have to kneel because of your back, fine, but put some socks on.
Some pumice stones. You need to sand those
Oh,
stones.
for the love of God, you can't see my feet on the overhead camera that closely.
I can see
and you know
from
what?
here.
Some guy on Twitter said, what are you doing walking around with no socks on? Put some socks on.
The rod up that man's butt has a rod up its butt.
Good Lord. The rod up that man's butt must have a rod up its butt.
I'm not big on socks.
I am unfazed because, as you know, just a few weeks ago I was visiting my 91-year-old Republican mom, and I gave her a foot rub. If you saw my mother's feet, So your feet are like my mom's feet. It's like a troll doll has been
90 years of wearing high heels.
Has been doing what's that kind of Irish dancing?
River dance.
On top of river dancing on cloven hooves. They're just I don't even know. They don't even look like feet. Oh, anyway, but I love her, and I gave her a foot rub. I touched them.
And that's why you shouldn't wear high heels.
No, except for the Happy Hour podcast, for which I tried it out.
You shouldn't wear high heels because you drink a lot. You could fall.
I'm like Kim Jong-un. He keeps fracturing his ankles because apparently, because he's gained weight and he drinks too much.
Yes.
And he wears platform shoes. Oh. Okay. Michelle in Nevada said, Steph, it was my birthday yesterday, too. Mm-hmm. My birthday present to myself was the Happy Hour video podcast.
Yay.
Only $3.95 a month if you buy a year in advance. Enter sound effect here. Oh, I did. Okay. I love all of you and look forward to great happy hours to come. All right. Thank you. Yeah, Michael McDonald was a delight. Mm-hmm. Audio will be posted tonight and video
I sat here and stared at him for the whole hour.
Yeah,
Travis was on the podcast.
Yes,
that's a rare thing.
Yeah. Because Jim was called away at the last moment.
Yes, and so Travis Bone stepping in. Look at him, and now he's letting me just use him as a
I almost
supermodel.
Took my shirt off so I could just be shirtless underneath this for you.
You and Chris were really man whores yesterday. You were wearing very little clothes.
He told me to wear the tank top.
Yeah, that is not true.
He said, you should wear the tank top for Michael McDonald. You should wear the tank top for Michael McDonald.
Right. It became a bit of a whore-off yesterday, I must say.
Seriously. That's a lot of competition over here.
All right.
T-Rex over there.
And of course, Mei Lee will be joining the horror-off in hour number 3.
Yep.
Well, she'll win.
Hmm? Yeah, well. I wonder, knowing her, she will actually carry this bag around.
I know.
She will actually carry Mei Lee.
It's a Stephanie Miller Show whore.
Jackie asked for a whore bag. She's like, can I have it? I'm like, yes.
She's my neighbor. I see her out shopping. I cannot wait to see her at Trader Joe's with that bag.
Right? It's going to be a craze.
If she's there, I'm going to go, where's your bag? Where's your bag, whore?
All right. What up with Whoopi Goldberg? Anybody? Bueller?
You know what?
I wonder, sometimes do people really believe stuff, or do they just go, "Oh, I'm on a"? Because you know how you just sometimes when you and I are both hungover and there's no phones, you'll say something stupid just to gin up some controversy.
Well, some of it is based in how I really believe.
Sometimes you pull it right out of your ass.
Well, do they really make watermelon flavor?
They do. It's a kid's toothpaste, but that's not the point. You know damn well this was racist. So what we're talking about is this cartoon, the newspaper. It's Boston Herald.
Boston Herald, yeah.
Apologized for it, but it was supposed to be a joke about the White House intruder got farther than we thought, and so the guy's in the bathtub behind Obama. Obama's brushing his teeth, and he says, "Hey, have you tried the watermelon toothpaste? Give me a break. I mean, give me a break. Really? Of all the flavors, you pick watermelon." And
what Whoopi Goldberg was saying was that it is possible that he didn't think about it.
No. Don't defend
Whoopi
him,
Goldberg,
Chris.
also Mel Gibson defender. Didn't she also defend Michael Vick and said, "Oh, it's a Southern thing"? Really?
And she also defended Ted Danson I think it was.
Well, she was dating him at the time. That's
right.
She gets a one-off
And
for
he's a
that.
Clinton supporter. Leave him out of this.
When Ted Danson appeared in blackface before the hasty pudding.
Well, I think because it was her idea.
Yeah. Well, she said it was her idea.
Oh, May. Also, she differentiated between rape and rape. So right away, I love the whoopster, but I'm not sure what's.
But she's a little more qualified to talk about race issues
than
we are.
I think she's wrong.
Okay.
That's what I don't know. She could truly believe this. I think it's.
I think she really does. No, I think she really does believe this.
You really think a cartoon that mentions watermelon and the first black president was
By the way, this makes you have a bigger stick up your butt than Whoopi Goldberg does.
Yes, I do.
She's a comedian.
And the guy that wants Chris to put socks on.
He's got the biggest stick up his butt.
Me?
I love that he doesn't care if you put shoes on, but just socks.
Yeah. Put some socks on. Whatever. Gramps.
You look like Tom Cruise then.
But you just go traipsing around this house barefoot.
Could you just wear underwear and socks?
Next podcast. Next happy hour podcast.
Coming up.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. So when they were discussing On the View, this cartoon, Goldberg said she believes the cartoonist's defense that he wasn't thinking of the racial element and, just really likes watermelon. Oh, please. Really?
Oh, my God.
She said, here's what I will tell you. I used this toothpaste. And there is a watermelon toothpaste. It's made by Colgate. It is a children's.
Kids.
Yeah,
I think the better joke. In fact, Rosie O'Donnell held up a tube of it on The View yesterday and said, "Yeah, it really does exist."
Rosie Perez said it never occurred to him. Come on, I just don't buy this. I'm sorry. I'm with you, Rosie. I am.
I mean, by that they should have said, "Wouldn't the GOP like you better if you used the whitening toothpaste?"
Why does Whoopi Goldberg use children's toothpaste? That's really the scandal
because
here.
It tastes good.
What sort of?
There was a stretch in college where I had bubblegum flavored toothpaste just because it tasted good. Seriously.
That doesn't seem right. I want fresh minty flavor in my mouth.
It needs to be minty or it's not
It's
clean.
not working. Yeah.
Right.
For some people, that's not why. That's not what they need. They need something that tastes really sweet and good.
For some people, what are you, Fox News? Come on. Who are these people?
I'm telling you, I was one of those people in college.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it would have been funnier, as I said yesterday, if they had added you probably need to get the fried chicken out of your teeth, Mr. President. Say, I watermelon.
Then there would have been no doubt. Well, I'm saying maybe Whoopi was doing this because she's a comedian and she's received complaints for going over the edge sometimes, and so she maybe kind of mentally sides with the guy who's getting the criticism.
As Maylee's mother would say.
You keep turning your light on and off behind you.
Do I? It's like a disco. Isn't it awesome?
I know.
This ain't no party. This ain't no disco.
This ain't no fooling around.
That's right.
Okay. Can I get a what? Thanks. Okay.
Thank you.
Please don't do that again.
You got the headphones up a little loud?
No, that was off key.
By the way, everybody, did we mention the unemployment rate has fallen to below 6%?
Yep.
In fact, I think they're saying this month is likely to be, it's actually 5.5. It fell to 5.9 because we added way more jobs in September than economists had predicted because Obama did something really good. Thank you, Mr. President.
Obama.
Thank you, sir.
They're never going to be happy with whatever he does.
Ooh.
Come on.
He was talking about, by the way, Obamacare, and we had Jackie here yesterday. Pretty much you cannot really argue with the success of it. It's just there he was yesterday talking about it. The president.
There's a reason fewer Republicans you hear them running around about Obamacare, because while good, affordable health care might seem like a feigned threat to the freedom of the American people on Fox News, it turns out it's working pretty well in the real world.
Oh, and Fox News went ape-dump. Fox News went ape-dump that he mentioned them.
Bet they did.
He needs to be more presidential and not mention us.
Right. I'll mention all the things we've gotten wrong about Obamacare.
Call them out? Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have if you look at all you can even just go through, people put together screenshots of all the fear-mongering they've done about Obamacare. Nobody's going to sign up.
Right.
No one's going to pay their premiums. Death spiral.
I think it's time for a correction from Fox News.
Yeah. Were there corrections on all those?
Oh. Only on Saturday Night Live.
That's the best. Just scrolls.
Yeah,
it's like
corrections. Well, Laura Ingraham was on Bill O'Reilly yesterday, and she said, well, I talked to a doctor yesterday, and he said that Obamacare is ruining the medical profession.
Okay,
she talked to one
doctor. That guy, because that guy says the thing about the right, so there. All right.
Well, we had a caller
Nicely
calling earlier
done.
when you were talking about the people down in Texas who need the health care the most. You said, but what about Obamacare? Shouldn't they have health care because of Obamacare?
My favorite time when I go, out to the bathroom or wherever I'm going, or to get more wine in the morning, and listening to Travis Screen. And yesterday he was like, "You can't play audio from another show on the radio." He gets irritated. Okay.
Joanne Worley gets a pass because she has a sound box that she can play over the phone. That's different.
That was, by the way,
she's
people
Joanne
said
Worley.
best interview
that caller
ever.
was not Joanne Worley.
Oh, you've got to listen to the interview from yesterday. She was, her dog, Harmony, was barking, her Yorkie. She has a sound effects box. She was playing sound effects.
It's posted on SoundCloud. It's posted on iTunes. It's everywhere.
And more importantly, she's Joanne Worley. Anyway, listen to it. I'm still winded from it. 18 minutes after the hour, right back on the Stephanie Miller Show.
There's a tea party in her...
The Stephanie Miller Show. Welcome to it, 23 minutes after the hour, 1-800-STEP-12, the phone number, toll-free from anywhere. Jerry in Wyoming, you're on the Stephanie Miller Show. Hi, Jerry.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I was wondering, does anybody there that works at the station, do you guys have Obamacare?
Obamacare is not a thing. You do realize this, right?
It's not a thing you can
It's
have.
a legislation that's full of reforms.
It is a law. Actually, we are benefiting here at the Stephanie Miller Show from many of the provisions. I am a small business, because there's, by the way, we're not at a station.
Yeah.
I'm a small business owner, and I provide health insurance for my employees.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering.
Yes, and we are benefiting, like many people, from many of the, the provisions in it, meaning that, we can't be discriminated against for pre-existing conditions, we can't be dropped, stuff like that.
So, yes, we are benefiting.
So, yes, I do have it.
Well, I'm not.
You're not. Okay.
My insurance went up, but I don't have Obamacare, so.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do have Obamacare.
It's
Everybody
not a
does.
thing you can buy.
Yes, they are reforms that some reforms that have been enacted that everybody is benefiting from.
Did your premiums ever go up before the Affordable Care Act was enacted?
No.
No, never. Yeah. So your
Not a
insurance
single
company
time.
is awesome.
You're lying.
No, I'm not a liar.
Yes, you are.
All right.
You're lying.
Insurance premiums go up every year. They have gone up on average less under the Affordable Care Act than they have nationwide. It obviously varies state to state.
Well, you say so.
Okay.
Yes.
I do.
Yes, because we know more about it than you do.
You know what? I felt bad for him. He didn't have a whole lot in his quiver.
No, he kind of gave up there.
I was going to ride that horse a little longer.
Yeah.
And I said,
You say so.
Okay.
You know what? Do all people from Wyoming sound like Dick Cheney?
He just had the one shot. He
Yeah.
just had the one, like, you have Obamacare? And then he thought I was going to say no, and ha 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 ha. Okay. Once again, as per Jackie Schechner, it's not a thing that you can buy. Okay.
It's a set of reforms, and it's legislation that was passed that everybody benefits from.
Righty then. Okay, the president again yesterday on the...
I've laid out what I know has happened.
Has happened.
Over the 6 years of my presidency so far. And I've laid out an agenda for what I think should happen to make us grow even better, grow even faster. A true opposition party should now have the courage to lay out their agenda, hopefully also grounded in facts.
Right.
Yeah.
Reince, over to you now. Reinhold Priebus? This is, can you tell me what this means? RNC Chair Reince Priebus urged his party to step past its criticism of President Obama, so far so good, and start rallying behind unifying goals it would pursue if voters give the GOP more control of the government after next month's midterm elections. He released what he called Principles of American Renewal. He offered few, I don't know what, he offered few details. They're just principles. And please, buy the undercoating as well.
Did he mention even a single principle?
Well, he offered few details as he endorsed a series of unifying goals. He already said it, unifying goals, that included, an improved immigration system, which every single Republican in Congress is voting to block any kind of immigration.
Right. The Democrats are for an improved immigration system.
A strong national defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, more war, right. And conservative family values. No homo gays.
No homo gays. Gotcha.
If the American people hire us, we'll be ready on day one. Yes, I'm afraid of. Yes.
Computer says yes.
Oh, yes, you will.
Mm-hmm.
People know what we're against. Everything.
Yes.
I want to talk about the things we're for. And then he went on to lay out nothing.
They're for more war and no homo gays.
They are for the top 1%.
Well.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
They are for more income inequality and less brown people.
Yeah.
Okay. The president yesterday.
There's a reason fewer Republicans are preaching doom on the deficits. It's because the deficits have come down at almost a record pace, and they're now manageable.
And great economic news today. Unemployment rate has fallen to under 6% for the first time since 2008.
Yes.
Added way more jobs than economists expected. What was it, 285,000 in September?
Wall Street was expecting 215,000, so it's way more than Wall Street expected.
That's not what Laura Ingraham thinks.
Oh, God.
That's actually my Roseanne impression. I'm sorry.
Liberalism, Obama style, is failing miserably. The middle class is doing worse than it did in 1989.
Oh, you're for the middle class.
Liberalism, Obama style, is failing, so it's Fox's fault, it's talk radio's fault, it's Laura Ingram's fault, she's being mean to Obama. This is the classic Alinskyite tactic he always employs.
It's all about me.
And Alinsky. Gotta work in the buzzwords that rile the base up. Alinsky. Alinsky.
I bet you she yells that out during sex, don't you think? I'm just guessing.
Of course.
To the right. More to the right.
Ow, not the hair. Get off my hair.
Okay, thanks. All right, I had to fill in for Jim. Normally he does that with you. Okay. 29 minutes after the hour, we roll along on the Stephanie Miller Show. Stephanie Miller Show. This whore's getting a workout this morning.
Yeah, I guess so.
34 minutes after the hour. 1-800-STEP-12, the phone number, toll free from anywhere. Sue in Rockville. Hi, Sue.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
To listen to the podcast, the Happy Hour. Love Michael.
Oh, he's great.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so facts for Friday. First of all, can I give a message to Laura Ingraham?
Laura Ingraham.
Saul Alinsky died 42 years ago. Maybe it's time to give it a rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nicely said.
Now, my husband and I were talking about this last night before Jon Stewart, but Stewart, of course, always says it better. In this country, 30,000 people die by gun violence. 30,000 people die by flu. As many as 500,000 people die from various cancers, and over 600,000 people die from heart disease and heart-related disease. We have one case of Ebola that someone has not died from yet, and the media gives you such false hysteria and fear. We need to be reality-based, and we may be the only voices because we know corporate media whores aren't.
That's right. That's right.
And it's just, we can fix this, but this is all on Republicans. Republicans are always going to look over there.
Yep.
Because they've cut over and over and over all of this, cutting research to NIH, cutting any kind of, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's really, as soon as someone starts to panic, then how about this? How about fixing the 30,000, so many children who died just from gun violence?
Yeah, I have a stack of them today, as I do every day, sadly. But all right, honey, thank you.
Have a great weekend.
You too, love you. Woot!
Yay!
Happy hour podcast. Oh yeah.
What? Uh-oh.
It's not like I enjoy doing these. It's just the good news is that guy, the guy that shot the kid because his stereo was too loud, he got convicted.
Yeah,
so
he did.
Good.
That's good.
Yeah, that
it's
guy.
about time.
Michael Dunn.
Yeah.
Florida man, right? Oh, the stand your ground guy.
Of course.
That guy. He got it. They got a first-degree murder conviction against Michael Dunn, who shot and killed 17-year-old Jordan Davis after a dispute over loud music. Okay. Oh, and then in other gun news, Delaware 2-year-old shoots himself in the head while home alone with his mother in critical condition. 14-year-old girl shoots herself and her dad while learning to use a handgun. They are both expected to recover. Okay. All right. By the way, Sue mentioning corporate media.
Yep.
That's why now would be a fine and dandy time to say thank you, Free Speech TV.
Yes.
Since the fund drive wraps up Sunday.
Yep.
A subject line from D. Thank you, whore. You're welcome. I almost forgot to give money to keep your on the air.
Oh.
C-word.
Oh, dear.
I was watching you today on Free Speech TV and thought, he's been listening to the Happy Hour too much.
Yeah.
I ran to my wallet, took out my credit card, and gave. I also have the Happy Hour podcast. Or if I have to keep your ass on the air, I may need to get another job. You're turning into a bad girlfriend, but I guess I love bad girlfriends. Keep it up, whore. Okay. Thank you, Dee. I will. That's very sweet. Very sweet of you.
Aw.
It counteracts the hate letters. Okay, do you think this is the least punctuation of any hate letter we've ever gotten? Because I'm just saying there is a war on punctuation out there,
I see a
people,
period in there.
And we are losing it.
I see one period in there, and that's 8-9 lines of stuff.
You are correct.
Okay.
There is one period. Yep. It's been a long time since I've had one, so it's hard to recognize it.
Because your eggs are dry and dusty.
Barroom doors? Okay.
Tumbleweeds.
Okay. Carlos went into more detail on that in the very first Happy Hour podcast, which you can still listen to for free at StephanieMiller.com. Okay. Nick had some thoughts.
All right.
Could I have some hate letter music, please?
Oh, sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. A war on capitalization and pronunciation. No, actually, I'm sorry. There's some... Randomly, he capitalized things.
Like things that are capitalized that really shouldn't be, and things that should be capitalized aren't.
Right. Okay. He still has some thoughts. Again, no salutation, no nothing. Okay. America needs to impeach Obama and throw out all of the liberals and Dems. All of the three has ruined America as we know it. We sure have had ruined grammar for him for sure.
Present, past, perfect tense all rolled into one? Wow. All right.
America as we know it because of the three there is... What
three is he talking about? Obama...
Dems, liberals and Dems, I guess. Okay, let's start again. America needs to impeach Obama and throw out all of the liberals and Dems. All of the three has ruined America as we know it because of the three. There is Putin, Ebola in America.
Putin came in under Bush.
Right, we created...
right.
No, liberals and Democrats and Obama created Putin and Ebola.
Right, okay.
Putin, Ebola in America, more people on social services than all presidents combined. Okay, that's not true.
That's not true.
A lot of illegal garbage. Oh, illegal spelled ILLEAGAL. So a lot of people that don't know how to speak English.
A lot of sick birds. Ill-eagles. Just so many sick birds.
A lot of people that learn English. You stupid EILLEAGALs. Stupid. You need to learn to speak more American, more good English. Like me, please. Also, too.
Morans.
Get a brain, Morans. Combine a lot of illegals. Very sick little bald
very
eagles.
Sick birds.
Very sad. A lot of illegal garbage that don't belong in this country. 4 dead brave men died in
Benghazi. In
which spelled W-I-T-C-H. No word on whether it's a good witch or a bad witch.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
In which Obama, liberals, and Dems don't care about those lives. ANDS, A-N-D-S, they keep lying. Oh, and that's in parentheses for some reason.
Oh, okay.
ANDS, they keep on lying about that, but that is what they do best, fast and furious. Wow, he doesn't even take a breath. Right to the next scandal. Quote-unquote scandal. Fast and Furious, in which, W-I-T-C-H, Eric Holder. Is he calling Eric Holder a witch? He would be a warlock, technically.
Yeah, kind of like Dr. Bombay. Dr. Bombay was a warlock.
Get it together, people. Call Dr. Bombay and get some help.
Dr. Bombay, come right away.
With your sorcery and your grammar. Okay, hang on. I'm not quite done. Okay, Fast and Furious, in which WTH, Eric Holder and Obama should go to jail for that. There is now terrorist and ISIS animals in this country. The three has backstabbed all of our allies like good people, the Israelis. I don't know if he's calling the Israelis liars, but clearly he is like me, both a Hamas terrorist sympathizer and a Zionist hoodlum. The Israelis. Okay.
All right.
I can keep going on. I can keep on going. I bet you could.
Yeah.
Like
forever.
Not that this is an ongoing run-on sentence or at all already. I can keep on going and going. The three are the biggest threat to the security of this country over any terrorist group out there, all in the name of votes. It is pretty sick. This country is ruined because Obama lives and Dems want votes. That's crazy. What's going on with that? The three make Bin Laden look like saints. No period. So presumably he has more thoughts going on in his head. He just either ran out of steam or maybe toner.
I think he ran out of toner.
Yeah, ran out of thoughts or toner.
Well, actually, you ran out of toner. We had to replace it this morning, so there could be more.
I'm worried about the sick eagles.
all those sick little birdies.
That's America, damn it. Somewhere the eagle's not soaring. The eagle has Ebola.
The eagles are bleeding out the anus.
Right, because of Obama. We're having fun because it's Friday.
Yay.
Okay, yay. Jennifer in Fresno, you're on the Stephanie Miller Show. Hi, Jen.
Hello. Our friend from, I believe it was Wyoming, who I don't have Obamacare.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a quick hit list of how you know that you've got Obamacare, or as it really is called, the Affordable Care Act.
Right.
If you have no annual maximum, thank you, 2014. If you have no lifetime maximum, thank you, 2010. If he especially has prostate and digital rectal exam coverage, you're welcome. That was from 2010.
Right.
We've got dependents that are covered up to age 26. Even if they're not in school, that again was 2010. He's got 100% preventive care, again 2010. And as of 2014, he has no waiting period over 90 days to get to a new insurance plan and no pre-existing conditions. So if he went into a new plan with prostate problems, they can't do anything to him for it except cover him.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure if he knows any of that because it sounds like he has generally his thumb up his own ass most of the time. But
I think so, and I don't think that's quite the digital rectal exam that they're talking about.
No, it's not a do-it-yourselfer. All right, thank you, appreciate that, honey. Thank you for the chat.
I love our listeners.
They're the smartest people in the world.
They present facts without any hysterics.
Okay, Kelly in Ohio. Hi, Kelly. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good. Go ahead.
I just wanted to talk about the cartoon over the toothpaste. I'm an African American, and most African Americans, but this is my opinion, but it probably goes out to others. But the cartoon and others is nothing new to us, but it's just been amped up since he's been elected president. And yes, it was offensive, but we just don't give voice to others. It's just that we just can't get angry of them all the time.
Yeah.
And
you can't get angry over it all the time, but it does, it's.
I think it's, to me, because it's like this just wall of disrespect for this president.
Yeah,
I mean, there's just it's not like it's one incident at this point. You're just,
But you know what?
You numb over.
Yeah, it's not just the president. It's everyday African Americans that have to deal with stuff like this too.
yes, and we're struggling with it, and we're trying to keep our calm with it, and we're trying not to go crazy, trying not to go nuts, and
well, I get it, but you're more concerned about
jail too.
Right, you're more concerned.
Now,
you're more concerned about your everyday life than a cartoon. I understand that. Most black parents that I talk to are more concerned about their teenager getting shot by somebody because
What do you think?
I have two sons, and I give them the speech, and both of them are driving now.
Yeah.
So I'm more concerned over that. But since he's been elected, we've been on the lookout for those assassination attempts.
Yeah.
That's one of the things, too. And over the assassination attempt.
Well, and this is what we were talking about yesterday. There's literally this piece in Politico that seemed to blame the president for his own assassination if that happens.
Yes.
I mean, and you think, is this a joke? And it's not.
It is a joke.
Yeah.
But when the guy was on the elevator and we was like, oh, my God, he could have done that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think of?
That was scary.
What do you think of Whoopi Goldberg kind of explaining away the watermelon cartoon?
It's like seeing the Kentucky Fried Chicken commercials when I see they're mostly blacks on there, and it's like, okay, why are they showing this? And maybe she should have been a little angry. Just like I said, we just don't give voice to them, and maybe she could have said something more about it.
Yeah.
But, just like I said, you can't give voice to them all.
To everything. Yeah, I hear you. By the way, my very lily white Republican Catholic family in Buffalo, New York, we got Kentucky Fried Chicken once a week when my mom didn't feel like cooking. I love that. What do you call it?
The gravy.
No, coleslaw. Oh, the coleslaw.
Oh, the coleslaw's gross. Did you know there's more...
Potatoes and gravy are pretty good, too.
There's more sugar in a thing of Kentucky Fried Chicken coleslaw than there is in a candy bar?
It is.
It's really sweet.
It is like candy.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Here is Whoopi Goldberg, what everybody's talking about, the
Here's what I will tell you. I use this toothpaste, and there is a watermelon toothpaste, and the cartoonist said, I use it because that's what my daughter's boy, my girlfriend's son was using, and it never occurred to me. He's taking a lot of heat for this. Now, I don't believe he did it on purpose because I don't think he was thinking about it.
Oh, I don't buy it, but okay. All right, 40.
Well, that's her opinion, and she's seen a lot more discrimination than you have.
He's a dummy if he wouldn't think that the first black president, any joke about watermelon is not going to be perceived as...
She's entitled to her opinion.
Leaves. And she's getting paid a lot more for it than I am mine, so maybe I could just put a sock in it. My mediocre little ass. 48 minutes after the hour, right back on the Stephanie Miller Show. Okay. Who says what in the chat room now?
Rocky Mountain Mike says, thanks to Chris's reference, the chat room has started the rumor that Don Henley of the Eagles has Ebola.
Okay, that is not true. We're referring to our hate letter writer.
Right.
That spelled illegals, ill eagles.
Eagles, as in sick birds.
So we weren't sure if he was referring to illegal immigration or actually very ill bald eagles, which is either way.
Either one
very,
is a
very
sad situation. Yeah.
It's a sad situation. That's a song, too. Okay, Julia from the chat room.
Oh.
I effing love the Drunken Happy Hour podcast. Good.
Yay.
Sign up for a year's vidcast to complement my annual podcast. Ray, hooray. Just threw in the kitty for Free Speech TV. Fun drive. It's up Sunday. Do it. Do it now.
And by the way, if you want to find the chat room, it's at smshow.chattango.com.
Norma with a love letter. Norma in Arizona, our beloved.
Yes, love her.
Mama, I've recently donated $50 directly to your show. Donate on StephanieMiller.com. And I donated to Free Speech TV. I have the regular audio podcast, blah, 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 blah. Put my toe in the water for the Happy Hour video filth cast.
Yes.
Aww. Would I be failing the world and my mother and my pastor if I used that for a year of filth? No. Your pastor and your mother...
They approve wholeheartedly.
It's hilarious, Phil. One more, Alex. Mama, love the show. I've had people ask me why I was laughing while I'm working. I tend to have Bluetooth in my ear while I'm at work. I stream the show on the TuneIn app. Oh, Progressive Voices. Yep. In this instance, I was on SoundCloud to hear the Happy Hour, which I will be subscribing to. Needless to say, I made a donation on freespeech.org and got the Drink, Cry, Quit water bottle.
Hooray.
I will be sure to carry this with me at the gym. I know you prefer I have the wine in it, as do I. Well, good.
And we colored
good luck on the treadmill.
We colored it red on purpose so that it will hide the fact that if you have wine in there, nobody will know.
Nobody can tell. I did tweet today asking how is it possible that a woman that's only 25 years old can get an AARP card. I know, right? Thank you, Alex.
Don't start with her. Oh, by the way.
Yes.
Someone just got another lunch with us.
Woo! You know what? It's because of the whore bags.
Is it? I hope we...
Right? I hope the supplies last, because when we go to the lunch, we will bring you a Stephanie Miller. I'm a Stephanie
While
Miller.
supplies last.
Yes, while supplies last. Thank you. Remember, FDIC, batteries not included. Okay, all right. We got beaver trouble, people.
Trouble in Beaver City?
I have had this problem. Washington crews try to oust persistent beaver. They can be persistent sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And stocky. A road crew in Washington State has had it with a beaver. You know when you just had it.
Yes.
Right? That happened to you.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That persists in building a dam under a bridge.
Yeah.
Crews have removed the beaver dam 3 times since August. Each time the beaver rebuilds it. He built that.
He built that.
She built that.
Do we know if it's a she?
I believe so. All right, you, in other animal stack, you mentioned this yesterday. I think we talked to Michael about it on the Happy Hour.
On the Happy Hour podcast, yeah.
The China has searched the anuses of 10,000 doves.
Yep.
Yeah, this is what it sounds like when doves
have their
cry because anuses are being probed by Chinese officials.
Dove fisting.
Boy, if you... This is not the Happy Hour podcast.
No! Yeah, I mean, when you hold a dove in your fist, that's what it is.
Right. Okay. And who hasn't had this done to them at least once by a Chinese official? It is awful. The 10,000 doves... Do we have when doves cry? I think we need that for this. The 10,000 doves released in a ceremony Wednesday for China's National Day underwent unusual scrutiny, each having its feathers and anuses checked. for dangerous materials. That's a lot of Dove's crying.
How much dangerous material?
Fingers out of my ass. I've got nothing up there.
How much dangerous material can you put in a dove's anus?
You know what isn't? And how much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? And does a tree make a fall in the forest? Doesn't make a sound. No one's there to hear it. Whatever. Okay. Reflecting government jitters over possible attacks.
Because there's
you wouldn't
a big...
see that coming. Peace is the right. Dove is a symbol of peace. You would not see that coming. Dove ass bombs. You would not see that coming.
There are big protests going on in Hong Kong, so this is why.
That is clever, though.
The Chinese government is upset.
Right. Yeah. Maybe people are doing that to eagles here. This is why they're ill, because people are shoving.
They aren't letting the eagles soar.
The symbols of peace were released at sunrise to celebrate the 65th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China. Disturbing. All right. Journalist Cora May Lee next on the Stephanie Miller Show. Oh, it's the Stephanie Miller Show where dreams come true.
Oh, seriously.
What are the chances you would wear a pink top?
Oh, look at
to take home your May Lee as a Stephanie Miller Show
whore how perfectly
bag.
I match. It's unbelievable. Look at this.
If the whore bag fits.
Exactly. And
she hasn't even been jingled yet.
No, she's not.
Right.
You're not
sorry.
hearing it.
Oh, yes, it's May Lee, and we're feeling fine. Oh, yes, it's May Lee.
My whore towel.
We called that something else in the Happy Hour podcast yesterday.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
How about that?
Look
Anybody
at that.
for an apron?
That is seriously.
Or a lovely I'm a Stephanie Miller Show whore beach bag.
Beach bag. I love it. Thank you so much. Who did this for you? For us?
Crocheter, embroiderer?
No, she lives in North Carolina. Travis knows. Maybe he can point that out.
Oh, yeah. No.
Up on the screen.
Definitely a shout out to her because this is incredible.
It is
and she
amazing.
knew that I love pink.
Right?
And this is perfect for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
That's right.
I know.
Right?
So you are actually going to carry a bag around that says May Lee is a whore.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
That would make a great shopping bag since California has outlawed those plastic shopping bags.
Yay! I'm so happy about that.
You know how else you might be able to get one? If you gave a $1,000 tax-deductible donation to Free Speech TV before the fund drive that ends on Sunday.
That's right.
Oh, it ends on Sunday.
And then you get to meet Mom and the Mooks and go to lunch with us. And while supplies last, we would give you a whore bag
or something, right? And look at all these other things that you have.
That's for a $60 donation.
What about the wine glass and the carafe?
Right? It's
That's
the
awesome.
Stephanie Miller wine set.
That's for $120.
Free speech
$1.
I love it. I love it.
Hang on, everybody.
What?
Okay.
Are you getting?
It's $240.
$240 for the wine set.
Get all the stuff. This
$240. What a random number.
All right, listen, you
hush.
Always got something to say. Oh, how about that, Stephanie Miller Show, please? Right, okay.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, we were wondering whether we had any swag from our old canceled TV show, and I do. Look.
Yes,
I got
Pure Oxygen.
That was the show May and I co-hosted on Oprah's network, Oxygen. I still have my Pure Oxygen.
I still have it, too, in red.
Thanks a lot, Oprah.
Oh, I have a beach. Did you ever get the beach towel?
Uh-oh.
No.
Oh, it's
I
a
guess
nice
someone
beach towel.
I guess Oprah liked someone more.
She was withholding.
Whatever. You know, the truth hurts, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yeah. Ouch, if you cut me, do I not bleed? I will bleed into my Stephanie Miller Show wine carafe.
I like that little set.
Carafe.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Good morning,
Good
May.
morning, Steph.
All right, I see that you no longer have to use the cardboard cutout of the iPhone 6.
I have the real thing.
Ooh, you purchased it.
I love it. I just got my case yesterday.
Oh, very nice.
And
have you gotten used to the thumbprint thing?
I love the thumbprint thing.
I have that on my iPhone, whatever.
5? You have the 5. See, I had the 4. So
okay.
I was way behind.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you are now already an official iPhone 6 bitch.
Yes, I am.
What did you do?
I know. So I went to the Apple store the other day because I wanted to get the cover on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I go there, and there's this huge line of people waiting to get in. So I'm like, what? So I go up to them. I go, what? Why are you waiting in line? And this woman says, oh, we're waiting for the iPhone 6. I'm like, oh, you don't have it yet?
Oh, my God. Bitch. Oh, my God.
Oh, that was bitchy.
Oh, bitchy.
It kind of was.
Oh.
After I did that, I was like, oh, that was not nice. But it was kind of
lucky
fun.
you did not get clubbed to death like a baby seal.
It's kind of true because I was holding it in my hand, going, "Oh, you don't have it yet."
God.
Look what I got. You don't.
Oh my God, you guys are
And then to make things matters worse, I took pictures of them standing in line and I tweeted it.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Bitch to the 10th power squared.
Because I couldn't believe people were still waiting in line. Why didn't you pre-order it?
Oh my God, you guys are, you're like, as Carly Fiorina would say, you're so yesterday. You don't have it?
No.
Oh my God.
Oh,
all right.
Well, anyway, so yes, I'm very happy with my new phone.
Well, good.
Thank you.
Oh, look at you, can't even stop touching it.
I know. I
You're
have to
caressing
pet
it gently, like a little puppy. All right. So lots to get to. Oh, by the way, I remember we were co-hosting Pure Oxygen when George Bush was elected. He had just gotten elected, I think, at least when I started.
Yeah.
And I remember, I'll never forget, we found the doofiest picture of him, you and I. He had like a cowboy hat, but sort of like this, and he was like, and I remember on the first day, I was like, oh my God, we are screwed, America. We are screwed.
I think I remember that.
Look at this doofus.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
And now, would you like to hear his thoughts on Iraq?
Oh, I guess if we have to.
He says Americans just need to have more patience with Iraq. Obviously, it was a really great idea in the first place.
More patience. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right.
How much longer are we supposed to have patience?
It takes time. You know, objects in the rearview mirror, they look,
yeah.
Sure.
Much worse. In the lens of history, we will go, that George W. Bush was a genius, and Iraq was what a great idea.
Oh, boy.
He, let's see, said Thursday America must remain vigilant in the fight. Why do we care what he says? Islamic terrorism, because a healthy democracy may take decades to take root in Iraq. Oh, that was like, you remember that was like several reasons down the whole democracy.
Yeah, right.
After the, mushroom clouds of he said, I know the nature of the enemy. He does.
Does he?
Because he was a commander guy and also decider guy.
And he's victorious over them. That's right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. The freedom berries.
He said, anybody who kills 3,000 innocents. Oh, that thing that happened on his watch. He didn't read the memos. Anyway, and beheads people because of their religion or because of their point of view is dangerous. Oh, thanks, Captain Obvious. People are dangerous. Danger, Will Robinson.
You're really good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, I have to fill in for Jim when he's here. Okay. And there is a short-term strategy, which is... He could never say that word either, could he? No, that's why he didn't have one. You got to have a strategery. He did pronounce it strategery.
He did?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, my God.
Got to have a strategery for nuclear things.
Bless his heart.
Oh, God bless him.
His dogs were cute.
Oh, you're such a little bright side person.
I know.
That's
I
what I
try.
love about you. You're so cute.
Try.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, they looked much better when he was saluting the troops than a cup of coffee.
That's right. Little Barney.
Speaking of doofy pictures, Barney, yeah, you did. Barney's here. Yeah, much more presidential. Thanks. Okay. Let's see. Strategy, which is to bring them to justice, and long-term strategy, which is to encourage free societies to prevail so as to marginalize their ideology. The long-term strategy takes time. It hasn't been in the oven long enough. It's like when you took out the Easy Bake Oven cake.
Yeah,
as soon
it's always a little doughy.
It's not really only a light bulb, but you're like, it's really not done.
Never worked. Same thing.
Neither of any of his
That's
ideas.
what I'm saying. Same thing.
Neither of any of his ideas. They're always doughy, no matter when he takes them
What was that thing where you can make your own like gummy bears? Incredible Edibles, I think.
Oh, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Where children were given the opportunity to scald themselves on machinery.
That
got to
white hot.
Right.
Yeah.
7,000 degrees.
Oh.
Yeah.
Careful, don't touch
I missed that one. Okay.
He said, I tell people all the time off the record, by the way. Condoleezza Rice's relatives were enslaved in the greatest democracy ever for 100 years. And democracy takes time to take hold. He just planted the seeds. You know what? He's a little Freedom Johnny Appleseed. That's what he is.
Oh, yeah.
He just planted the little seeds. And yet there is an impatience with that process. And Americans got to understand the lesson of 9/11. The lesson of 9/11 is you're an incompetent doofus. Didn't read the barbecue security memos on your ranch. You
You okay?
Yeah.
Do you need a hug?
It's all right. Yeah, it's okay, Steph.
By Friday, I'm a little lightly tethered. I apologize. Okay.
Oh,
what's happening?
Who's
Someone's
at the door?
knocking at our door.
Somebody at the door. Okay.
Ooh, there's a man in shorts. We're getting a package. Ooh,
What is happening here?
It's like a porn movie suddenly. Maybe someone has sent a Korean doctor for you. What's happening?
Really? Come on in.
Pizza Man.
Why does this stuff happen on Friday?
It happens every day.
It's a madhouse around here.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't abnormal.
This whole thing got hot and mess.
Broadcasting in suburbia.
Yes,
that's what we're doing.
We hear the garbage trucks come to the door.
That's, you know.
How you doing, Mr. Janey?
Amway's outside.
Aunt B, you brought a pie. Thanks. Don't worry, we're not broadcasting in here. Okay, where was I? Okay, blah, 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 blah. George Bush. Oh, here we go. Yeah, the lesson of 9/11.
Dogs are barking.
Dogs are barking. It's still as important today as it was right after 9/11, and that's the human condition elsewhere matters to our national security. The whole thing, you got to fight them over there, so we don't fight them over here. You remember that?
Sure.
Whatever. Yeah. He said he agreed with, I love this is rich. He agreed with Martin Dempsey, chairman of the Joint Chiefs in his assessment that the U.S. should have left a residual force of 10 to 15,000 troops in Iraq. Chris, why did we do that?
Because, the
status of forces.
The status of forces agreement.
George Bush signed.
Yeah, he signed it. He signed it.
I'm so sorry. Okay, I will.
Are you okay?
I will gentle down.
You need an aspirin?
Why do you get so upset about this? Because we know that he's a doofus, and we know that he absolutely misled the public.
But he keeps talking.
Very, very true.
I'm surprised because didn't he say that he wasn't going to talk about politics after he left office? So I'm not surprised he's saying this much.
He said, "I'm not going to second guess our president," though he just did.
Right. So what's the deal? Why is he all of a sudden coming out of his burrow?
How many pictures of Scotty's can you draw? How many pictures of your own penis in the shower can you draw before you go, hey, you know what, Laura?
I'm bored.
See if anybody wants to talk to me on TV. Arnie won't do anything different to draw.
Didn't he look into the soul of the Iraqis?
No, that was Putin.
Oh. Listen to Putin's soul.
Okay.
Yes. Bush signed the status of forces agreement that set the deadline for withdrawing from Iraq. The Iraqi government would then not agree to another status of forces agreement because they would not give U.S. troops immunity from prosecution after 2011. Okay, and in the Fox News interview, he recalled how he would phone his predecessor, former President Bill Clinton, for advice while in office. Asked whether Obama did the same. Bush said he did not. Which is another reason why President Obama is a lot smarter than... He said, well, he did call to tell me that SEAL Team 6 got Osama bin Laden. He is not called on a regular basis, which is okay. It doesn't hurt my feelings. Too busy with my pictures, drawing my pictures. I would like to be fly on the wall for that call. Hey, doofus, remember that guy you started 2 wars over? Yeah, got him. Bam! Mic drop. Dial tone. Just see ya. Do you think he had like a little edge in his voice when he said, yeah, Bin Laden?
I like that. Maybe a little swagger. Yeah.
Got him.
Why not?
I think he did this. I think he did the cocktail party.
Bang, bang.
Handguns. Woohoo! How you doing? I know you're the cowboy person, but guess you got Bin Laden. Bang, bang, bang.
Shoot him up.
All right, we apologize. Chris and I, we're kind of having why are we having a nervous breakdown? It's Friday.
You kind of are.
We're just having a brain-related event. That's all.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It happens as we get older.
Yeah.
We throw our backs out this week.
You too?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
both of us
for
did.
crying out loud.
Yeah.
He's
I kneel on his pillow every once in a while.
Yes.
Because
to what?
Because it helps my back. Sitting hurts my back.
So you're still in pain. How did you throw out your back?
Being old. I had a birthday Monday.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay. All right. Thanks for
yes,
visiting
I
us
know.
here in the hole.
I was celebrating your birthday with you.
Yes, you did.
I did.
You came over for some horse champagne.
Yep.
All right.
Is that why 2 cans are
by
gone?
the way, I said this already on the air, but if you think May Lee is a whore, her dog Eggie, whore!
Yeah, she kind of is.
Oh, my God.
Is she humping things?
She was Fred's head the entire night.
Yeah,
I was like, what is wrong with your whore dog?
I don't know. She was very excited. Well, you know, what can I say? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right?
The whore collar fits.
Yeah, that's true.
We gotta get a collar embroidered that says whore. Dog whore.
Fred seemed to enjoy it.
Fred is gay, and it is that was sexual harassment.
Okay,
he did not want it.
No, he was enjoying it, so I was going to ask you, maybe he's bi because he kind of enjoyed it.
No, he is gay. Max is straight. Max would have enjoyed it, but Eggie is just an indiscriminate whore.
Fred just enjoys a nice rack. He likes to look at it.
All right, I feel that we should pause now. 19 minutes.
Yeah, please.
Okay. 19 minutes after the hour, right back on the Stephanie Miller Show. With Nate, the Twitterverse has exploded once again.
With
with what?
With
yes,
whoredom?
Amazon sent a Korean doctor who specializes in elder care, the usual address in L.A., Stat. Marky tweets, hey, can I be a lesbian Korean doctor Mormon and marry both of you two dirty whores?
Oh.
Thanks so much.
Can't have it both ways, people.
Marky says that dirty whores are whoring it up again. Yep, all right. We started it.
And he also said, going to go out on a freaking limb here, but dirty whores make the best lovers.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, they do. Remember, it's only dirty if you're doing it right. All right, now, Schmay. That's my other nickname for her.
Schmay?
I've forgotten all the nicknames we have for each other.
Yes.
Sparky?
That's another one.
Spunky?
Sparky, Schmay, Spunk.
Schmay!
You're Spunky.
Mostly
I'm Sparky.
whore.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
You're you're Spunky.
All right, mostly whore. Okay, we were just talking about speaking of the Twitterverse, this one bubbling around. Lesbian couple sues Ohio sperm bank. Did you hear about this? A couple who were mistakenly provided sperm from an African-American donor have sued the sperm bank, citing the racism they fear their daughter will now endure. You were just chatting about this off the air, that this is a tough one.
It is a tough one, but at the same time, I mean, I think it's pretty cut and dry. They wanted something specific, right? Just like anything else, you want something specific with certain
I'm sure some people think, oh, well, that they're being racist, but then they're probably thinking maybe our daughter's going to, encounter some more.
Racism.
No, they're not.
No, I mean some more discrimination anyway because we're a gay couple, and then
and then she's going to be biracial, right? So, but no. I don't think it's fair to accuse them of racism just because they feel this way. They asked for a certain specs, right? For lack of a better word.
Right.
And they paid for it. It's a service, and they didn't get it. Right? And something as important as a child.
And a child, you can't return a child like you can return a car.
Exactly. You can't change
It's clearly sacred, and that May just used the word specs about ordering a
Okay, well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right. For lack of a better word.
Listen, I understand. I wouldn't be good if I accidentally got an Asian child because I need someone to drive me because I'm drunk a lot.
Oh, racist!
What?
You are such a racist.
Racist.
Listen.
Here we go again.
I'm already elderly. I like
Here
to drink.
we go again.
I would need someone.
All right. I'm going to ignore that.
Good.
I'm going to ignore that she said that.
Yeah, it's just noise coming from that area of the room.
You can't ignore me. It's my show.
Shut up.
It's my show.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks about not being a co-worker or a co-anchor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I have to kind of take it.
Yeah.
I got a show because it's
Stephanie Miller.
okay. Oh my God. Yeah, but it is. It's a controversial. But you're saying. Plus, it's a pretty important thing.
It's
not
kind
like,
of a huge thing.
It's not like, I got the wrong iPhone 6. All right, well, I like the blue.
I've considered doing this myself, and I researched it.
Really?
About what you do and how you apply and the process in which you have to go through to go to a sperm bank. It's very detailed.
You've considered being a lesbian and having a baby? Marry me. Oh, that's not what you meant.
But it's very specific. There's so many procedures you have to go through, so I'm a little shocked that they screwed it up like this.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a fairly large faux pas.
Yeah, and it's a big step to take to want to have a child like this. So, yeah, I wouldn't be very happy either.
Mike in West Virginia, you're on with May.
Good morning, May. Good morning, Steph. Good morning,
morning.
Chris.
Hi there.
Safe in saying the show is hortastic this morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I get the feeling, you notice how Republicans are really, really for small business until they become big business?
Yeah.
In the process, they really want to make it very difficult constantly.
Yeah.
I think Ed Schultz did a brilliant job on showing market shares for all the insurance companies and how they've increased from 2007 to now.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we just had this right-wing guy.
They're all jumping in. For such a bad idea, boy, oh boy, is it very, very popular with the business community.
Right. We just had this guy call from Wyoming about, you have Obamacare? Well, it's not good for me because my premiums went up. I'm like, really? Did they ever go up before the Affordable Care Act? And he said, never. Never. I'm like, wow, you have the nicest insurance company ever.
What a bunch of BS that. I mean, if it wasn't for the Affordable Care Act, my wife and I would have filed for bankruptcy 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow, good for you. All right, 29 minutes after the hour. It is hortastic today.
Yes.
That's a great word. I love it. Hortastic.
We continue with more May Lee on the Stephanie Miller Show.
So young and live. Look at the shape of that body.
Oh, by the way, Eric Hankey would like to see your legs.
Who?
Somebody on Twitter would like to see your legs. Look,
How
if you're going to take a bag home that says Mei Li is a whore.
Why would he want to see my legs? How does he know he can see my legs?
Because you wear short shorts. Come on, you're wearing short shorts.
Because you're looking for a man.
Do it.
Stop.
Work it.
Okay, you know what? I feel very objectified right now.
Get used to it. She objectifies me every morning.
You like it. Take it. Take it. Shut up, beefcake. All right.
See?
I feel very under pressure right now. You guys are.
If Chris were to play Hot Legs, would that encourage you?
You guys are both bad whores.
Twirl around, twirl around, twirl around.
Oh my god.
Pretty girl. Okay.
No, maybe I'll do it at the end, but I'll have to think about it.
All right.
Just remember to take off your headphones.
There's a tease.
That is a tease they cannot teach in broadcasting school, my friends.
Yep. That's what we call a tease.
Oh my God! Our tune in for the next half hour. Well, okay. Tori writes, and why would I not read an email? The subject line is of poo and commitment. Hi, Steph. I just ordered a year of the Happy Hour video podcast and have been a subscriber to the regular podcast for 4 years. I start every day with you on Free Speech TV. Woot! Continue listening on XM radio, then pick up the rest on podcast during my daily run.
What?
You don't want to miss a minute of the pearls that fall out of this pie hole here. Let's see. Felt sad not to celebrate your birthday with you this year again, as I've attended every Seattle Sexy Liberal, but considering the state you're in right now, it's probably for the best. Yes.
Computer says yes.
Yes, Mama doesn't. Mama's an elderly shut in now.
Oh, boy. Poor Steph.
I need someone to drive Miss Daisy, which is why if I were in a lesbian couple and I adopted a baby, I'm just saying, I would be mad if I got an Asian baby.
Oh, but she's going there again.
Okay,
she's going there again.
Some people on the interwebs and are emailing that they think that some black people do think this lesbian couple is racist for.
I just saw it.
And I can see why they would think that.
Right.
Because so they got a half African American baby by accident, I guess.
Well, they got some African American sperm.
Right.
And so it resulted in.
Right.
A half African American child.
Right. And they said they are concerned about racism against their child.
Right.
But I still go back to the basic point. It's not what they wanted, so why is
and I think you said there might be some black couples that would be upset if they by
got
accident got a white child.
Please tweet me if you disagree with that, but I do believe if a black couple got a white baby, they would not be very psyched about that.
Yeah.
Because it's not what you expected and not what you ordered. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not what you wanted. Right. So, sorry, folks,
It's like when life is like a box of chocolates. Like sometimes you bite it and you're like,
chocolate covered cherry.
It's gonna, right? When you're expecting like a hard caramel and you get
coconut.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yum.
Ew.
See, everybody's something for everyone.
Are you kidding? I love the coconut.
I hated the caramels.
I hated the creamy ones.
The creamy ones are gross, yeah. The fruit creams.
Boy. All right.
So, you would shove your thumb beneath each chocolate. Yeah.
No, I want that one. You take it.
Yeah.
Ripa in Memphis. You're on with May. Hello, Ripa.
Hey, what's good, Stephanie? How you doing this morning?
Go ahead.
I don't know what it is, but it's like this is the second Friday in a row I happen to run into conversations about race and racism and black people, and I always call right on time. I love it. I gotta say that I agree with May as far as the issue. At the risk of sounding like a Whoopi Goldberg, that issue with the lesbian couple and all that, that's definitely not them being racist. Like May said, it's not what they wanted. So, hey, somebody's got to come off some dollars for that one. And
right. Yeah.
Speaking of Whoopi Goldberg, I mean, I'm with you, Steph. I don't know what's up with her.
Yeah.
And I think I kind of know what's up with her. And me, as the official Negro whisperer of the Stephanie Miller Show.
Thank you very much, sir. Mm-hmm.
I have to inform you because I'm here to educate white people.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good.
So, the thing is, some black people, not all of us, some black people, when they acquire wealth and power and money and things like that, let's say like Whoopi Goldberg, for example, she probably doesn't even remember that she did The Color Purple anymore. But she's got so many O's on those checks now to where she could actually...
Yeah, that's right. Green is the new purple. See what I did there? I just went off the top of my head.
That wasn't half bad.
Thanks.
Good girl.
The thing of it is, she's at a position in life where she can say, oh, no, that's not racism. But the funny thing about it is, she, in the clip you played, she managed to keep it authentic. Hey, I use watermelon, toothpaste. I mean,
do you really think she believes that, or that she just was being controversial because it's a show that gets ratings based on controversy?
I don't think it was like some stage stuff or just for ratings or what have you. I think she really and truly, said what she believes. And like I said, I think it's just, a situation where she's kind of forgotten, kind of like where she came from somewhat,
Well, and plus there's been so many of these racist cartoons about the president. We've all seen the Easter egg roll with watermelons and the things that, and so of course you go in the context of this, you go, oh, give me a break. Really? There's a cartoon that mentions watermelon with the first African-American president. There's nothing racial. I mean, it's, come on, Whoopi.
Exactly. And I tell you what though, I know we joke and we talk about post-racial and all that all the time because there's a new black president, and yes, he has been subjected to a lot of, racial animus and stuff like that, right?
Right.
But I'm not really sure if it's really racism or the fact that white folks are, well, in particular, the right-wingers, they're probably mad because, somebody black didn't send out postcards to everybody white and thank them for voting for him to help him to become president.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be that.
Well, something struck me. This cartoon wasn't even criticizing the president. It was criticizing the Secret Service.
True.
So,
very true.
That's why I kind of give it a little bit of benefit of the doubt, a la Whoopi Goldberg.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm not going all the way there, but I can maybe see why Whoopi thinks that way.
Well, let me ask you this, though. To the point that I made earlier about some black people, they get to a point where they forget somewhat where they came from and what race is.
Right, they're so removed from it, they don't really remember it or experience it the same way, yeah.
All right, to that point, I don't know if you heard about this story. What do you think about comedian Steve Harvey, who runs a foundation for, at-risk young black males, stuff like that, boys and stuff? He has a thing worked out to where he's having Paula Deen mentor young black kids. Talk about forgetting where you come from.
Paula Deen.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's an interesting choice. That's a very interesting choice.
You can look that one up.
All right. All that being said, Whoopi does get paid a lot more for her opinion than I do.
That's true.
But here's
Sure
what does. Yep. It's like everything I just said, I got paid like 3 cents for that.
Yay.
But because when I say you want my 2 cents worth, I literally got paid 2 cents, actually. Actually, 2.
How is The View doing?
Now it's 3.
Does anyone know?
I don't know.
I've seen a couple of shows of the new season. I kind of like it.
Really?
I like the mix.
Here's what what we're talking about. The cartoon, the president's brushing his teeth, and there's a guy in the bathtub, and he goes, "Hey, have you tried the watermelon toothpaste?"
Yeah, it's an intruder. The intruder
and
got so far.
It says the White House intruder got farther than we thought.
Oh, no. See, I was lost in this discussion because I didn't know what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was in the Boston Herald. And,
I
so
see.
Whoopi talked about it on The View the other day.
Here's what I will tell you. I use this toothpaste, and there is a watermelon toothpaste, and the cartoonist said, I use it because that's what my daughter's boy, my girlfriend's son was using, and it never occurred to me. He's taking a lot of heat for this. Now, I don't believe he did it on purpose because I don't think he was thinking about it.
And Rosie O'Donnell was holding up a tube of watermelon. Colgate makes a watermelon toothpaste for kids.
Did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
That's a strange coincidence then.
Yes, it is very strange.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who I need to talk to? My girl. Tony in L.A. Tony in L.A.
Hey, how are you?
What's going on, Tony?
Girl, look, let me first say this. That brother kind of touched on it a minute ago. You have a continuum of how black folks react to the racism in their lives, okay? And that goes all the way from the Clarence Thomases of the world, which we already know what we call him.
Yes.
All the way to somebody like me, more of the Malcolm X type thing.
Right.
So basically, Whoopi, did everybody forget that skit she did with old dude in blackface, remember?
Oh, yes, the Ted Danson, who she was dating at the time, yes.
Exactly. So any black person that could even do that to me, in jest or not.
She lost me when she said the Michael Vick dog fighting, it's a Southern thing. Like, really? Animal cruelty?
No.
Okay.
She's, like I said, I like Whoopi to a degree. To another degree, anybody that would do that lets you know where her sensibilities are, and especially the fact that she is who she is.
Well, and you know, and she's a woman that said, "Oh, there's a difference between rape and rape." It's like, well, boy. Are you going to run for Congress as a Republican? I mean, yeah.
Okay, and that's my whole thing. The way I look at stuff, you know me, Stephanie.
I do.
I try to be fair, and I try to look at stuff across the board. What we do with racism is we always come up with all these different excuses and degrees and whatever. It is what it is. Now, I agree with the lesbians. They have a case. I mean, legally, you can look at it, take all other stuff out, they have a case.
Yep.
I have a problem with is somebody needs to take that child. Because kids are human beings.
You know what?
Toy that you can give back or whatever. It's going to affect her. How can you raise a child and truly love it and say, you wasn't what I wanted, but
Tony,
that doesn't work for me.
You know what? Because we are helpers here at the Stephanie Miller Show, there is only one magical solution, and that is for you to gay marry me and we adopt that child together. I know you're straight. I'm willing to look past your flaws in the interest of a post-racial America.
Okay. You're so funny.
She's speechless.
She's flustered.
She's totally
All right, I'll give you
flustered.
time to compose
I think
yourself.
she's blushing right
while
now.
I pick out a caterer.
Together.
All right, 45 minutes after the hour, right back with the remaining moments with May Lee, journalist 4 on the Stephanie Miller Show.
She gets insulted by more.
Rocky Mountain Mike, I am so disappointed.
He's a talented guy, but that was,
maybe a misuse of his talents.
I'm not
misuse
sure.
of the kinks.
I can't believe I played that. Misuse of the kinks, really?
Yeah, that was a misuse of the kinks.
You have to use the kinks wisely. They are like superpowers. Let's go to Joe in L.A. You're on with May. Hey, Joe.
Hey.
Hello.
So I want to talk about the couple with the sperm bank.
Yes.
And I don't want to refer to them necessarily as the lesbian couple because they're the couple.
Right.
However, I think though that the idea that they're lesbian actually disappoints me from sort of an inverse position, because I think that when people come out, they usually have had to go through a period of reflection, and I think that I actually ascribe sort of more sensitivity to people who've had to go through that process. So it actually disappoints me
because they would understand bigotry, but I guess that was their concern, is that their child would I mean, I have often said that remember when it used to be controversial about gay people even having kids, and people would say, well, I'm not, homophobic, I just am afraid their kids are going to, it's like, well, let's teach people not to be bullies and bigots instead of saying, gay people.
But my problem is, though, that this is going to be out there now forever.
Right.
There's a child there that forever will see that her mom didn't really want her as she is. They can deny it, but it's there forever.
No, that's a good point.
And to May's point, they didn't get what they wanted, so get a refund. But there's a child, and what's their real damages? Their damages is they're going to have this amazing child for the rest of their lives that they're going to teach wonderful things. So, how do they get $1 million now? They get $1 million. Like, is it lottery time for them?
That I agree with. The fact that they're filing a lawsuit and this is going to be very public and it's going to be drawn out.
Right, but that's the key thing, or they're not getting the child back. Is that goes to his point?
No,
you can't return a child.
No,
but that's what I'm saying. But Joe, it goes to Joe's point that this child will always know this.
Right. So I think that's where they did make a huge mistake, is to
make it
take this public and file a lawsuit. They could have done this very behind closed doors.
So as not to affect the child.
That I do have a problem with, for sure, in the way in which they're handling, what happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, another
always the kid that suffers.
Other homo gay news. Oh, I mean, no, I'm sorry. He is not gay, right? I always get that wrong. Larry Craig, Senator Larry Craig, wide stance. Hey, happy Throwback Thursday. That was yesterday. A federal judge.
Flashback Friday is what we call it.
All right, we'll call it Flashback Friday now.
Okay.
Has ordered former Idaho Senator Senator Larry Craig, he of the suspiciously wide stance, to pay the U.S. Treasury $242,000 after he improperly used his campaign funds to pay for his legal defense in the wake of his arrest for soliciting sex in an airport bathroom. By the way, Craig eventually pled guilty to disorderly conduct in that incident. He pled guilty to being fabulous and Also disorderly cunt.
No, Larry Craig is decidedly not fabulous.
And a bad boy. Disorderly and bad. Nasty. Bad.
You're a naughty boy. Bad boy. Nasty, naughty boy.
Right. He was talking about Bill Clinton there. But anyway. Nasty boy.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of a bad boy who now has broken my heart.
Uh-oh.
George Clooney. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I mean...
He looked very, very happy.
Yes, he does, and that's what makes me mad.
Bitter. Party of one. Your table's ready.
Oh, my God. Can they be just a more beautiful, perfect
it will make
couple?
every human feel bad about themselves.
Honestly, when I see these photos and these pictures, I'm just like, oh.
Beautiful, wealthy, successful, smart.
I mean, seriously. Right? She has legs like go for miles.
Right.
You know, she's beautiful.
May, by the way, has been bitter since the 3rd grade.
By the time I got to the 5th grade, I was very bitter. Very, very bitter. A bitter, bitter person.
Yeah, I am right now about that.
Yeah. I'm gay, and I used to cling to the fence behind his basketball court so I could watch him play basketball shirtless. Like a squirrel. Yeah. Sorry,
anyway.
May.
Yeah, no, it's a sad day. I told my mother that when he came on TV. And
she said,
I said, oh, Mom, I'm so sad he's married. And she's like, what? Why are you sad? I go, because he's married now. She's like, oh, you think you have a chance?
Oh! Ow! Oh, snap!
Yeah,
oh, Mom.
The international journalist May Lee, she thinks doesn't have a chance with George Clooney?
Well, she's right.
Oh, moms are always supportive that way. Oh, boy.
Yeah, no chance.
Yeah, that's like my mom. Remember when they interviewed her on Oxygen for our show? And she said to the reporter, oh, dear, you should have seen her shit when she was a child. Just an ugly little thing.
Well, you thought you had a chance with Bobby Sherman.
And she wrinkled her nose up like that. And then she said, she's had a lot of work done.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why May and our friends, we bond over our supportive mothers. That's so great. Awesome. All right, give us one more.
Okay, support me in my triathlon this Sunday.
Yay!
And Broads and Dogs, please.
Yeah, go to that. It's awesome. She's doing awesome work with that. We love you, May. You have a great big heart.
Love you guys.